Two. I'd like to start with the Pledge of Allegiance by Furley and Councilman Polish.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Brenda, will you please do the roll call?
Sure. Councilman Oxon.
Present.
Councilman Froelich.
Present.
Councilman Blaisdell.
Present.
Councilwoman Kerr.
Present. I guess we're going to start out with a pleasant experience tonight. We're going to do the presentation of our historical structure and structures. And Mike Companion, our historian, would you please take the floor?
Okay, I want to welcome everybody here tonight. Again, we're here to honor an individual in the town whose efforts at preserving the history of town through her own home we're going to recognize tonight. Okay, the purpose of, I'm actually on the Historic Structure and Places Committee. The purpose of this committee is to recognize the historical importance of structures in the town and show our appreciation for our history in that regard. Okay, every year we have the privilege of recognizing a resident of the town at their efforts, or town resident for their efforts in the Heritage Award. Okay, now as part of the process of identifying the residents, members of the committee get together and decide which structure in town they think is, at that point, is most worthy of recognition. So I'd like to actually do this first, is actually have the members of the committee please stand up. Sorry, Karen. To be recognized, I want to thank you guys for your work. And I especially want to thank Karen Stalters because this presentation tonight is largely because of her work. She did all the background research on the house. So thanks very much, Karen. You're very welcome. All right. This year's Heritage Award recipient is Mary Ann Morgan. Mary Ann's here today. Thank you, Mary Ann. And she should be recognized for her preservation of her home, the Orange Blossom House, okay, which is located in Craneville. You know, anybody know where Craneville is? So, yes, kind of over there in this part of town. Okay, I don't know how to describe it otherwise. It's on the Caterhorse, basically. All right? And I'm going to start off by actually reading the history of the house itself. It has a pretty distinguished history in this town. Basically, it's economic importance, but also, again, it's social and historical importance. All right, so what it says, the 2022 Town of Milton Heritage Award is presented this year to Marion and Jerry Morgan for their efforts at preserving their historic home located at 640 Rock City Road. This home, known as the Orange Blossom House, was built about 1848 by Lindley Murray Crane, who was descended from a prominent family of paper producers from Dalton, Massachusetts. He came to Milton in 1846 to establish water rights on the Caterhorses Creek for construction of a paper mill. In 1848, Lindley Crane constructed his home across the street from the mill site, near the intersection of Sherman Road and Rock City. The area around the paper mill and the Crane home became the center of the hamlet referred to as Craneville. In 1862, the success of his mill was guaranteed when the federal government enlisted his help in creating a type of paper that could be used in making currency, which would foil efforts at counterfeiting. Lindley Crane solved this problem by the introduction of a fiber process that was woven into the paper, which proved very successful and is still used today. Lindley Crane and his family lived on the property of the current Orange Blossom House until he retired, and he and his wife moved to Ballston Spa. His wife, Julia Beach Crane, died in 1875 following a 3-week illness, and Lindley passed away in 1879, finally succumbing to a series of strokes. Both Lindley and Julia Crane are interred in the Ballston Village Cemetery. Following Lindley's death, the house passed to several other owners until June 1924, when the current home was turned into the Orange Blossom Inn. The inn was rumored to have been a house of ill repute, a brothel. By April of 1927, the inn was again offered up for sale, and in 1934, it was purchased by Irving and Effie Wiswall of Ballston Spa. Irving Wiswall had been the president of the Ballston Spa Bank at the time of the centennial in 1908. The property and home would change hands several more times between 1936 to 1993, when finally Mary Ann and Jerry Morgan purchased it. The preservation of this property, aged 174 years, is important to our town's history, and we are most appreciative that the Morgans have so well cared for it. Now, at this point, I'd like to invite Mary Ann and also Councilman Carr up here to present the award. It's in the form of a plaque which will be hopefully mounted on the house. Okay, and if you need help doing that, I'll volunteer to come over and help put it on.
I might have it wrong.
Okay,
I'm short.
it's all right. If you want me to, I can help put it on. All right. Now, along with this is all the research that Karen has done in this binder. It's quite extensive. You can see the pages and pages of work she went through to do this. Checking deeds and titles, a lot of maps and things she looked at, old maps to see basically when the house was actually put there. I think she had suspicions that it might be as early as 1811. Possibly, but it didn't turn out that. So again, here's the binder. You couldn't prove it.
If we
All-
can find that deed.
Also, we have this, which basically commemorates the house. It says 2022, 640 Rock City Road, Craneville, Jerry and Mary Ann Morgan, 1848. This will be actually held, basically put up in Town Hall. People will visit and actually see it. Okay? So at this point, I want to thank you very much, Mary Ann, for being an example to the community. So thank you very much. And I hope
We really do. It's had some misfortunes, but it's tough. It overcomes them. And thank you so
and it
much.
has an interesting history too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You're very welcome.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to open the floor for any public comments concerning the agenda tonight. If anyone has any questions or they'd like taken care of, we can listen to those right now. We're making it easy on me tonight, thank you. Okay. Next is a motion to accept the minutes from the August 24th, 2022 meetings.
So moved. Second.
Thank you.
Any discussion? Councilman Isakson?
Yes.
Councilman Froelich?
Yes.
Councilman Blaisdell?
Yes.
Councilwoman Kerr?
Yes. Next on the agenda is Resolution 63-2022. It's a resolution authorizing the town to participate in the New York Class Program. Whereas the town of Milton wishes to invest portions of its available investment funds in a local government investment pool in cooperation with other municipalities, corporations, and/or districts pursuant to the New York Corporate Liquid Assets Security System Municipal Cooperation Agreement, amended and restated as of March 28, 2029.
So moved. I'll second.
Any discussion? Councilman Isakson?
Yes.
Councilman Froelich?
Yes.
Councilman Blaisdell?
Yes.
Councilwoman Kerr?
Yes. Next on the agenda is Resolution 64 of 2022 to accept the proposal for financial statement auditing services for the fiscal years 2022, 2023, and 2024 provided by VST and Company CPAs.
I'll make that motion. Second.
Any discussion? Councilman Isakson?
Yes.
Councilman Froelich?
Yes.
Councilman Blaisdell?
Yes.
Councilwoman Kerr?
Yes. Next is Resolution 65 of 2022, authorizing the Highway Department to advertise surplus equipment to be sold on the Auction International Government website, and permission to accept or decline any and all bids. I'll run through quickly what they'd like to put up on the website is 2006 F-350, 1994 Great All, 2008 F-550 one-ton dump truck, 1972 Clark forklift, and a 2000 International dump.
I'll make that motion. Second.
Any discussion? Councilman Isaacson?
Yes.
Councilman Crowlish?
Yes.
Councilman Blaisdell? Councilwoman Carr?
Yes. Resolution 66 of 2022 to accept the report titled Wage and Salary Administration Program conducted by Public Sector HR Consultants.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Councilman Isaacson?
Yes.
Councilman Crowlish?
Yes.
Councilman Blaisdell?
Yes.
Councilwoman Carr?
Yes. Resolution 67 of 2022 to allow the tax receiver to accept credit and debit cards for in-person payment. A resolution authorizing the acceptance of payments to the receiver of taxes by the way of credit card and debit card for in-person payment.
So moved.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Councilman Isaacson?
Yes.
Councilman Crowlish?
Yes.
Councilman Blaisdell?
Yes.
Councilwoman Carr?
Yes. Resolution 68 of 2022, resolution to declare furniture obsolete, damaged, and no longer needed for town purposes.
So moved.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Kind of short-handed here.
Councilman Isaacson?
Yes.
Councilman Crowlish?
Yes.
Councilman Blaisdell?
Yes.
Councilwoman Carr?
Yes. Resolution 69 of 2022, resolution to establish the Saratoga County Civil Service position of Emergency Medical Technician, EMT. And I'm going to read a little bit of this to explain it. Whereas the town of Milton currently has a position entitled Health Director, and it's recently been advised that Saratoga County Civil Service regulations do not recognize that position, thereby resulting in the town having to change the position name to describe Emergency Medical Technician, EMT.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Scott?
Yes.
Any discussion? Councilman Isaacson?
Yes.
Councilman Crowlish?
Yes.
Councilman Blaisdell?
Yes.
Councilwoman Carr?
Yes. Resolution 70 of 2022, resolution authorizing the purchase of a tractor with mower attachments for use in the town of Milton Highway Department. Whereas the town highway superintendent has advised the board that it is advisable and necessary to purchase a new tractor with mowing attachment to properly care for and maintain town properties and right-of-ways, as the current 1993 case tractor and mower is no longer functional.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Councilman Isaacson?
Yes.
Councilman Crowlish?
Yes.
Councilman Blaisdell?
Yes.
Councilwoman Carr?
Yes. Resolution 71 of 2022, authorizing the Highway Department to purchase a 2024 Western Star 4700 tandem dump truck per town specs, equipped with Viking body and plow equipment to replace our 2004 International dump truck. We would like to utilize the funding from the Town Highway Equipment Reserve, DB 9950.9, for the purchase of $287,456.40 on the Onondaga County bid, contract number 8896.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Councilman Isaacson?
Yes.
Councilman Crowlish?
Yes.
Councilwoman Carr?
Yes.
Councilman Blaisdell?
Yes.
We're at the end here, people. Resolution 72 of 2022 to initiate a seeker coordinated review and declare intent to serve as lead agency for the comprehensive plan, zoning, and map amendments. And resolution is to, whereas the town, along with town engineer, has prepared a 2021 Town of Milton, New York State Route 50 corridor enhancement study as an update to the previous 205 Route 50 transition plan to encourage development and redevelopment within the corridor and create a more walkable corridor, identify traffic improvements.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Councilman Isaacson.
Yes.
Councilman Froelich.
Yes.
Councilman Blaisdell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Carr.
Yes. Next, I'm going to ask for a motion to close the local public hearing from August 24th, 2022. And this was concerning Chapter 63, 18-21, and Chapter 180-37.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Councilman Isaacson.
Yes.
Councilman Froelich.
Yes.
Councilman Blaisdell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Carr.
Yes. I'd like to make a motion now to set a public hearing for October 26th at 6:35 for Chapter 180-37. The reason we're doing this is because there were substantial changes in the process by the planning board.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Councilman Isaacson.
Yes.
Councilman Froelich.
Yes.
Councilman Blaisdell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Carr.
Yes. Motion to set a public budget workshop dates for October 11th at 5:30 PM and October 25th at 5:30 PM.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Councilman Isaacson.
Yes.
Councilman Froelich.
Yes.
Councilman Blaisdell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Carr.
Yes. Motion to reappoint Suzanne Cannell to the Town of Milton Assessment Review with the term ending September 30th, 2027.
So moved.
Second.
Yeah, that was you first.
Yes.
Sorry.
Sorry. Any discussion? Councilman Isaacson.
Yes.
Councilman Froelich.
Yes.
Councilman Blaisdell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Carr.
Yes, thank you, Suzanne. Next, we have a letter from the building department requesting allowing 5 members of the planning and zoning board to attend training in Lake Placid on October 6, 2022, at the cost not to exceed $500. Training is on regulating short-term rentals.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Councilman Isaacson.
Yes.
Councilman Froelich.
Yes.
Councilman Blaisdell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Carr.
Yes. Letter from the building department requesting permission for 5 members of the planning and zoning board to use the building department vehicle for the Lake Placid training.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Any discussion?
I want to see 5 of them get in that car.
Councilman Isaacson.
Yes.
Councilman Froelich.
Yes.
Councilman Blaisdell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Carr.
Yes. We have a letter from the building department requesting allowing Bill Lewis to attend erosion, sediment control, and stormwater training on October 26, 2022 in Ballston Spa at the cost of $75.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Councilman Isaacson.
Yes.
Councilman Froelich.
Yes.
Councilman Blaisdell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Carr.
Yes. Okay, now we're at the monthly reports and liaison reports, county committee reports. First one is animal control, and I guess I have to do that one. Animal Control's monthly report for August 2022. Total calls 187. Bite cases 8. Dangerous dog hearings 1. Animal seized 8, ticketed issues, unlicensed dog 1, running at large 1, nuisance dog 1, total of 3. Respectfully submitted, Dave Drzezinski, Animal Control Officer. Building Department.
Okay, during the month of July, the building department processed 30 building permits and collected $5,972 in building permit fees. We completed 145 construction inspections, 40 fire safety inspections, and responded to 44 code enforcement complaints. A total of 15 certificate of occupancies, 6 certificate of compliance, 31 being issued.
Thank you. Buildings and Grounds.
I can give a quick report. I don't have an actual report from Buildings and Grounds, but our new maintenance person, I think, has finished all the pavilions in the park, staining them. They stained the community center outside, and this week I believe he's working on replacing the doors at Susan Lyle Park that have been damaged. So they quite a bit of work then getting done.
Thanks, John. Controller's budget versus actual report, cash balances and detailed transaction report filed. Highway Department.
That's me too. I don't, did they send one? I don't need it. Okay, fall cleanup for the town of Milton residents begins mid-October. Until then, town residents can bring their lawn debris to the transfer station located at 503 Geyser Road. Transfer station hours are Monday through Thursday, 6 a.m. to 4:30, and Saturdays 8 to 1. It is closed on holiday weekends. There is no regular pickup of lawn debris until fall pickup begins October 15th. When fall pickup begins, yard debris can be placed curbside, but not in the roadway. Respectfully submitted.
Historian.
Let's see, on August 18th, the 250th Revolutionary War Committee for the town met for the first time. The following members were in attendance: Rob Ryder, Patty Burke, Ally Gilchrist, Tom Hurt, Jim Richmond, and Michael Golden. We discussed our goals and brainstormed suggestions on how to support the celebration of the 250th of the town of Milton. I provided a copy to the supervisor of the suggestions. We will attempt to prioritize and create a timetable for pursuing our goals in our next meeting. August 20th, I received an update from the Kesselring site on their progress in dismantling the Horton Sphere. They anticipated that the start of the dismantling will currently exceed 2025. I filed the accompanying materials for the vault. I was able to install 3 new cemetery signs, which were painted by John Frolish at the Milton Center Cemetery, the North Milton Cemetery, and the Oakwood Cemetery. Oakwood is in serious need of maintenance, in which I am hoping to further pursue this fall. Thank you, Jason, for getting you guys over there to cut it back so I get that sign up. That was pretty essential. It was pretty much overgrown. But that's pretty much it. Thanks.
Town Clerk.
All right. For the month of August, we had 12 marriages, 6 certified marriage certificates, 24 certified death certificates, 16 FOIL and search of records, 147 dog licenses, 24 online dog licenses, 138 hunting and fishing, and 6 pavilion and community center rentals. Town share was $3,823 and a penny.
Thank you. Town Justice Report for the month of August. Fines, $10,419. Surcharges, $3,396. Civil fees, $760, for a total of $14,575. Planning and Zoning Board.
Since the last time we met, there have been 3 meetings. So 2 zoning board meetings, one on August the 25th, one on September the 22nd. I'll kind of lump them together. There was an area variance request for 10 Stone Church Court. Public hearing was set for September 22nd, which had passed. And 209 Stone Church Road, Milton Solar Farm Project. There was a public hearing held at both meetings that's going to remain open due to some additional approvals that are still outstanding. And then an area variance request at 115 Circle C, that public hearing has been set for October 27th. And then on September 14th, the planning board met. The Rollins Street Garage site plan review was completed. The site plan was approved, and they're anticipating a start date in the spring. The community emergency quarter public hearing was held as well. The special use permit, the site plan review, and the subdivision all went through and were approved. They're looking to start that project as soon as possible. There had been continued discussion about 426 Geyser Road with the request of a special use permit. The board had determined that the application was incomplete, so there was no vote held. 336 Rollins Street major subdivision, the developer is looking to explore options, so no seeker as of yet. And then lastly, Iron Spring major subdivision, where they are looking to merge 2 lots into one. At this point, looking to move that forward to a public hearing. And that's all.
Thank you. Next is supervisory reports on county committees. Obviously, Scott can't be with us tonight, but I'm sure he'll catch up for us on next meeting. Thank you. Okay, now, public comment on town business. Anyone like to speak tonight?
Sure. Can I say it right here? I
Sure.
have to go to the
If it's
microphone.
easier, I think we can all
Hi, I'm
hear you.
Suzanne Cannell. I just wanted to say thank you very much to the board for reappointing me to the bar for the next couple of years. I just hope I live long enough. Thank you.
So I feel sometimes too. Anyone else? Gosh, you're making it easy on me tonight, thank you. Now we have the presentation of the tentative budget for the town board, to the town board by our
All right,
town clerk.
you all have blue binders? There you go.
Now you can open them.
Now you can open them.
And I'd like to thank Dave and the budget committee for all their work, because we are really ahead of schedule, and this is nice. It's great this year, so, thank you. No need for executive session, unless you want to stay long for anybody?
I just
Okay,
have one little thing.
sure, go ahead.
Those 2 things we bought for highway today, just to give you an idea of what we're up against. The tractor is, what did we say, 13 to 18 months out?
Oh, my.
And the dump truck is 2 years.
Yeah.
Thanks, John. The reason we have to work on it now, thank you. Okay, I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Thanks, Frank.
I'll second.
Okay, thank you.
Any discussion? Councilman Isaacson?
Yes.
Councilman Froelich?
Yes.
Councilman Blaisdell?
Yes.
Councilwoman Kerr?
Yes. Thanks, everyone, for coming. Shannon, do you want pictures of